But Michael Schmidt, as we've already said, has a love affair with this event. Well, moving it on, Michael Schmidt pretty close again to Ryan. It was a problem with Ryan's bowling around about the mid-phase that just gave Michael Schmidt a chance to jump on that in game one, which is exactly what he did.
Yeah, another great looking shot there from Mike Schmidt. That's 4 strikes out of the first 5 frames. And Ryan is just wondering what's going to stop Mike Schmidt now. Becoming a bit of a strike machine.
Oh no, it's a big split.
Oh dear, it's more than that. It's the 8-10 split. Crikey.
That's nasty.
Yeah, that's almost impossible. The ball came up to the headpin, it only just touched it, and doesn't set up that chain reaction. That will be an open frame for Mike Schmidt. First one of the game, but he's got a turkey already, so he's got the lead. It's just a matter of whether he can stay in and whether Ryan can come back in now.
Ryan needs to start striking, but he needs doubles, he needs turkey. Ideally, he wants a 4-bagger from here, and then he can get himself back in contention.
Ideally, he needs to strike off the sheet, win this game, and then take it to a 3rd one. But there's a lot of work to do. And with only 2 strikes so far. Maybe not the most confident bowler in the centre. Again, he doesn't get the drive on the ball. He gets up to the pocket, but there's no drive. It just seems to roll on, almost skid through. No chain reaction in the back end there. Consequently,
there is Michael Schmidt and his coach. No reaction at the moment from them. But certainly, Michael will be feeling a little more comfortable because Ryan really
has screen. That's exactly what he's got to do.
Sandy, like every good coach, just leaving Michael Schmidt alone at the moment. She knows he needs to focus. Ryan Lalisang then goes Brooklyn. That's not the way he would have wanted to take the strike, but he'll take it.
Yeah, it's a little bit of amusement there. Even John Walker sees the funny side of that one. Drags it left, it hooks, and it crosses the head pin to the left-hand side. Hits the 1 and the 2 pin. Carries all 10. Putty thinks that's extremely hilarious.
Yeah.
Well, it will be if he could do it again.
Still close. Michael Schmidt, though, has the edge. Already owns that first game. Needs this one to put him straight through to the final against Choi of Korea, the surprise package at this year's World Cup. Beautiful.
Great
Very
looking
nice
shot. Absolutely fabulous, wasn't it? Very steady on that sliding foot. Nice and steady at the line. Gets the ball, projects it out onto the lane.
Yeah, nice one, Cass. That's exactly what he's doing. Trying to keep this together. He thinks this is the point when he can take this match. And there's a double right at the right time for Michael Schmidt.
Yeah, really sort of turning the screw now, putting pressure back on the Indonesian bowler. Great looking shots. It's his 6th strike of the game. He's had the 1 open frame, the 8-10 split, and he's very happy with that. He's looking locked and loaded, as they say. Ryan now really must make a strike. In fact, he must strike all the way, really. Anything else, and he's going to be finishing in 3rd place, I think. Well, he had the 7-10 standing, didn't he? Uses the 7 pin, so it's just a single pin in the corner, which he spares nicely, but it's not what he needs. Really needed strikes there just to set himself up for frames 9 and 10.
To fall away off that shot, but it's done the business.
Well, it was a light hit in the pocket, wasn't it? And there was 3 pins standing, and one was the 5 and the other 2 were the 7 and the 10. But they all went. So he's striking. Just watch this one. I'm afraid I think you can see which way this one's going.
Yeah, Ryan's checking the score, but I'm afraid he's not going to enjoy what he's reading there. That double from Michael Schmidt has put the pressure on. Now, if Michael can turn that into turkey into the foundation frame, he has got I would say 1.5 feet in the final.
Yeah, strike here, and he's just going to need a mark in the 10th frame, and that will shut out Ryan Lalisang, who at the moment can go off the sheet, strike out for only 217. Mike potentially 247, and he's looking very strong in the 1-3 pocket. The right-hander from Canada, the man from Winnipeg. And he's nicely, lots of rotation. What a great looking shot that is. And that's probably going to be the ball that wins this game and wins this match and sends Mike Schmidt to the World Cup final yet again. It's probably the most important ball he's bowled in this tournament to date. This could be the ball that's going to send him through. 10th frame, needs a spare to win, to shut out Lalisang. And he won't be rushed. He really won't be rushed.
He's taking his time, isn't he? We're
good job
in
he's not
Remy territory here.
Playing on the if he's not playing on the PBA tour, he'd have the shot clock against him, wouldn't he? 25 seconds, and you get fined $500. But this is the big ball. This one to win.
Was it worth the wait for Michael Schmidt? Yes, it was. He makes it.
Absolutely, yeah. Well worth waiting for. And I heard it, and you may well have done as well. Dad in the background, Rick Schmidt. Famous words, carry and yeah. As that ball absolutely ripped the rack, and the 7-pin goes. Makes it 4 strikes in a row, and he's finishing big time here. Look at that. Look at the body language. Just great. Just fantastic. Well bowled, Mike Schmidt.
Emotional stuff then from the Canadian.
Well, it's all gone kind of silent in the crowd, isn't it? Because the last representative from the Pacific Rim has gone. And he's just tidying up here with a run of strikes, isn't he? Another one there in the 10th. One more ball to go. And can strike out with 10 strikes in this game for a fabulous 247. So that's some really great bowling. This one just to tidy up. Makes it look so easy, doesn't he?
6-pack for Michael Schmidt.
247, 10 strikes in the game. And a little kiss on the Canadian badge.
There we go, Ryan congratulating his opponent, and Michael Schmidt knows he's in the final. For Ryan Lalisang, this is about just polishing things up. He'll be taking 3rd place away from World Cup, which is no mean feat, but we know from Ryan's own personality, his ambitions extend far further than that. But he has to bowl it out. Those are the rules, stats to be considered, etc. And Ryan Lalisang would like to go out with some strikes here, just to remind the crowd what a talent he is. And it is frustrating, isn't it, for the players, Cass, when they do find a line and produce a strike like that when it's too late.
Absolutely, yeah. And of course they run out of frames, didn't they? As I mentioned previously, once you get on a roll and you start stringing them together, you just want to keep going, don't you? 1 game, 2 games, so you can shoot that magic 300, but he's only got 2 shots left, unfortunately. He has made a double from the 9th to the 10th frame. Really just hasn't got going at all. Can only make 217, so he's below par, below average for the whole week. And unfortunately, it's come right in the TV finals, in front of quite a partisan crowd.
This is hurting Ryan, though. Poor Ryan. It's 2 balls. Absolutely brilliant. 2 strikes, and he just wants to know where that was 15, 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, it's such a shame. But there's the man that's going to be moving on into the grand final to play the #1 seed from Korea. And 3 strikes in a row for Ryan finishes. Unfortunately, just a 217 game.
Well, decent performance in the end from Ryan Lalisang towards the end of game 2, but he really just couldn't find his feet in this semi-final. For Michael Schmidt, though, a good performance in game 2, much more convincing than the first for 247. And that confirms Michael Schmidt in the final against Choi Yong-kyu. For Ryan Lalisang, though, he exits the tournament and has to settle for 3rd place. Game 2 scores 247, plays 217, and Michael Schmidt looking very relaxed indeed. Let's hear from the Canadian.
Not at all. Not at all.
Just relaxed.
Very relaxed. Yep.
Focused.
Absolutely. Luckily, our coach Sandy, being here this week, has really helped me mentally, as well as my dad Rick, who's outside the press room right now watching my stuff. Okay. He's always been a great support as well.
Well, the man standing between Michael and his 2nd world title is surprise package Choi Yong-kyu. The 24-year-old from Busan, Korea, was a last-minute substitute for their designated player who withdrew a week before the tournament with injury. And he arrived as an unknown, but he's been burning up the lanes, finding his shot on day 2, and he's used the same ball all week to stay clear of the field and land the #1 spot. Now, can he produce that scintillating form for one more match? He's the only player...